Okay, so we get on to the third episode of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure. And this was also another good episode. And a really funny one at that, too. With another reference that, makes me think of something else. But we're gonna get into that later. So in today's episode, this was all around Ellie. And she was feeling homesick because she couldn't see her mama and dad. So Sora and Mashio, which the episode actually started off with Mashio talking to her parents, and Mashio's father being all lovey-dovey with her, they had to find a way for Ellie to see her parents. And apparently Yo-Yo had the right answer because she has the mirror pad, which what she used to see what they were doing in the last episode. And it turns out, Yo-Yo is from Skyland! I knew it! Well, it was kind of obvious because, the leaks and, yeah, all that stuff. Also, maybe the reason, her, if you remember that magazine scan, Yo-Yo's name was in katakana, just like Sora was. I guess there was always, a hint. But so, yeah, they, had to find a sky jewel in order to use the mirror pad to contact Skyland, and so they can see the king and queen of Skyland, which are Ellie's parents. Although they do not know Ellie is a princess yet at the time of saying this. End of the episode. And to find the sky jewels, which are powerful energy sources used by the Skyland people, they had to find this jewel somewhere on Earth. And it turns out that the hill behind Mashio's house has some way of getting a jewel. And using Sora's Mirage Pen would let them locate the jewel. So they decided to go back to behind the house to the mountain, with Ellie joining them, which probably might be, in my opinion, a dangerous decision to bring the baby along, but hey, the baby, yeah, it's come. And she has Mashio, and we all have that, so they're fine. Yeah, they'll be fine. So they go into the woods behind the house that lead up to the mountain area, and during so Ellie was just getting more and more upset, so they had to find a way to cheer up Ellie. Mashio's suggestion was basically she can apparently tell how Ellie feels, which is a good trait. She takes a dandelion, which she calls a puffy fluff ball. It's fluffy form. I don't know if it has a different name for that. Dandelions have different names for that when that happens. But anyway, she waves it around Ellie. Ellie didn't like it at first until she started to blow on it and letting all the little fluffy seeds out and flying in the air. Then Ellie started to giggle and laugh at it, and Sora was amazed at it too. But when Sora tried to do something that would do the same exact fact, she found a mushroom, and before she could touch it, Mashio yelled at her, saying she probably not touch anything that she doesn't know, which was the mushroom, saying that it was poisonous. And Sora took that literally and made sure to keep an eye on that. With Mashio saying that she let her borrow a encyclopedia notebook. I think it was a manual about certain things for Sora to research later on. So with that out of the way, they continue on their journey to go find the sky jewel. But then Ellie got hungry since she didn't got to drink her milk bottle, which was in the beginning of the episode, because she refused to drink it when she was sad. And so they decided to take another break by having a picnic. And so Ellie drinks her milk bottle, which, when they burp her, is so adorable. And Mashio brings out some cloud bread that she made, which Sora immediately falls in love with in the surprise that Mashio made this. Which makes me think, I really want some cloud bread too. That looks really cute and yummy. Probably I would never be able to make it because I'm a really bad cook. I'm only good at making mashed potatoes. So I should probably add more butter to it next time. But anyhow, so they had some of that, and then they finally went back onto their journey, and then the sky pen started to glow, so meaning that they were close nearby to where a sky jewel is. And as they were walking down, which they came by a riverbank, they found all these weird rock towers and stuff like that, just standing there by the bank. So, like, they were, like, confused by that. And apparently, I don't know, like, Ellie's cute sneezes seem to, knock them over. And they're tiny. That's one strong baby. One strong baby sneezes. And then they come across this other boulder, which Sora decides to, use a Ancient Skyland technique, believing a jewel could be inside the rock. And for some reason, when she started doing this, it made me think of a certain Pegasus character from a 90s anime that I've been really hooked on recently. And I mentioned about it in the last review, which was also in the thumbnail if anyone was looking at that. But yeah. Anyhow, she was able to break the rock in half, but there was no sky jewel in it except for a fossil. Which you made a surprising archaeological discovery, Sora. But they were able to find a sky jewel when the planet started glowing, and they went more down the riverbank, and also found more of those strange rock towers. And once they found a sky jewel, and Sora was happy and everything, they knocked over one of those towers, and apparently it was Kapitan who was stacking those rocks on top. And he got pissed off at them. They get into a fight, and he makes a Ramborg out of a bamboo stalk. Sora fights it as Cure Sky, and one of the bamboo stalks almost hit Mashio and Ellie, but Sora was able to block it before it hit them, and then was able to defeat the Ramborg. But Kapitan was not done yet, because he grabbed those poisonous mushrooms that Sora almost touched it and ate them to try and power her up. But he failed because he got him a stomachache instead. Still, he had to flee. With Cure Sky scolding him for eating the mushrooms, too. And then they were able to bring the Sky Jewel back to Yo-Yo, and able to use it on the mirror pad and contact Skyland, the king and queen, so they could see Ellie. And Ellie was happy to see her parents, while Yo-Yo said that while they have found a method to get back to Skyland and return Ellie to them, they would take care of Ellie for now. Which the king and queen accepted when seeing that Ellie was alright. And apparently when the king was looking at his lovely daughter, which now they found out that she is Princess Ellie, Mashio kind of like saw the king as kind of like how her father was acting in the beginning of the episode on the pad, on the iPhone pad thing. I don't even know what type of like tablet they have in that model tab, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And that's how it ended, with like as the connection cut off, and then soon after, like Sora, Mashi was like saying, "Hey, you can't see your family too, can you?" And like Sora is not really that sad about it, because like she has a job to do, and she is not alone because she has Mashiro with her. She also wrote it into her new hero notebook, which is the Pretty Holic stationery notebook. And that's where the episode ends there. So for closing thoughts of what I think about the episode, it was good, as always. But something is making me think that we have not seen like the other villains or the main bad villain of like basically the reason for wanting Ellie or something like that, because we know that Kapitan is like targeting Ellie, but for what purpose in her powers is still unknown yet. And I'm kind of wondering, is he also stuck in the world that they are in? I mean, the Earth world. So it's like he's stuck with them on Earth or something like that. That's what I'm kind of thinking about, like Kapitan, like because it doesn't seem like he could like go to the villain hideout or something like that. I guess we'll like find out sooner or later. And also like the episode preview is kind of making me when it came to like it seems the Sora is gonna get kidnapped and something like that. And one of the scenes is a little bit how do I put it? Doesn't look like kid appropriate. In one scene, like the tentacles. But I need to get my head out of the cloud and not even explain it, because I probably would get banned by YouTube if I say anything more about that. But if you get my point, you know what I'm talking about, and I hope you're not a little kid that, like, understands what I'm talking about watching this. But anyhow, I will end my review here, and see you next time when I make episode 4 review, which it seems that we're having our new cure coming in, with Mashio getting powers and another cure who's not getting her powers just yet, but she is coming, and she is butterfly beautiful. Gorgeous girl, as Magical Summer would say it. I like his videos. Anyways, see ya.